Hi everybody, I'm getting ready to make my delicious beef enchiladas, and this just might be one of my signature dishes. Now these beef enchiladas are super easy to put together, and you can make them with ingredients you probably already have at home. So today I'm gonna show you how to make them step by step. Let's get started. So I'm gonna start by browning my ground beef. This is 80-20. Now I like using the 80-20 ground beef because it's got some fat in it, and that's what gives it a delicious flavor. And I'm going to add some salt and pepper. Now I don't want to over season it and over salt it because the enchilada sauce is going to be seasoned very well. See, and the cheese is a little salty, so you don't want to overdo it. You want to be careful. That's good. So now I'm just going to move it around until it loses all its pink color, and then I'm going to drain it really well, because you don't want your ground beef to be greasy. So my ground beef is nice and brown, and I have removed all the grease. Here it is. You can discard that later. So now I'm just gonna set my ground beef to the side until I'm ready to use it. And I'm gonna get started with my tortillas. I've got about half a cup of oil in here, in this skillet, and it's really hot. You want it to be really hot so that the tortillas will be ready quickly, see? Now, as soon as they bubble up, you wanna take it out. It's that quick. I've got some paper towels right here on the plate, and that's where I'm gonna set them. And I'm gonna continue the process. So I'm done with my tortillas, and I'm just removing all the excess oil with some paper towels. Then I'm gonna set them to the side until I'm ready to use them. So now that my ground beef and my tortillas are ready and I've got them set to the side, I'm gonna prepare my enchilada sauce. I've got 2 tablespoons of butter, and I have 1 tablespoon of oil. Now you can use any kind of oil that you want. I'm using canola oil. I'm gonna be moving this around until the butter melts really well. So now that my butter is nice and melted, I'm gonna add my flour. I've got 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Now you wanna make sure that you make a roux first, because this is what's gonna make that sauce super delicious. Just continue moving it around like this until it's real smooth and a beautiful color. This is the foundation to a perfect enchilada sauce. You want it nice and golden, and you wanna get rid of that raw flour. Now, as you can see, the flour is a beautiful golden blonde. Look at that. And it smells wonderful in here. I'm gonna add 1.5 tablespoons of chili powder. This is my homemade chili powder, but you can use any chili powder that you have. And I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of paprika. And I'm gonna move them around. Let them get toasty, just for a few seconds, so they can release their flavor in here. Now that I brought it in together really nicely like this, I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of ground cumin, and half a teaspoon of oregano. And I'm gonna bring it all in together like this. And you wanna move as quick as you can. Let them get toasty too. So after about 30 seconds and everything has come in together really nicely, I'm gonna add some chicken broth, a little bit at a time. Now I'm gonna add half a teaspoon of sugar. This is gonna balance out the flavors beautifully. And I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of tomato paste. I have 1.5 teaspoons of chicken bouillon. Now many of you have asked me before, why is it that I use chicken bouillon instead of the beef? And that's because the beef will totally take it another direction. And the chicken just adds that perfect flavor without changing it, hardly any at all. It just adds a beautiful flavor. Look at this. Now you wanna be moving it around slowly like that. Now I'm gonna add some more of my chicken broth. A little at a time. And continue whisking until it's very smooth. Now, as you continue whisking your enchilada sauce, you're gonna notice that it's gonna start getting thicker. And that's because of the flour in here, you see? And it's gonna be a perfect sauce. So just continue whisking until it slowly comes up to a very gentle boil. So my enchilada sauce is just beautiful. Look at this. It's thickened up just a little bit, but it's just perfect. And as you can see, it's starting to bubble. Now I'm gonna add 3 big spoonfuls of the ground beef in here. And there's a 1/3. This would be a good time for you to taste it. And if you wanna add just a little bit of salt, you can. It smells wonderful. So I'm gonna turn off my heat. I'm gonna replace my lid and I'm gonna set it to the side. And now we're ready to put our enchiladas together. I've got my ground beef, my corn tortillas, I've got freshly grated American cheese. Now I know some of you are gonna say, American cheese, oh no. Yes, there's something about the flavor with the American cheese, but you can use Colby Jack, you can use cheddar, you can use your favorite. I also have some chopped onions right here. These are optional. Now this is a 9 by 13 dish. You can use any size you want as long as you're able to assemble them. And here is my enchilada sauce. So I'm gonna get one of my tortillas and I'm gonna run it through the sauce. See, very carefully like this. Look at how beautiful this looks. And I'm gonna put it right here on my dish. I'm gonna put some of my ground beef. You can use as much as you want as long as you're able to roll them. Some of the cheese and some of the chopped onions. Now I'm gonna roll it up. And I'm gonna set it right here. Here's another tortilla, right through the sauce. Now my ground beef. The cheese. Now this cheese is gonna melt, so they won't be as bulky. And some onions. Now I'm gonna roll it up and set it right there. And here's my last one. I was able to roll 10. Now I'm gonna put my sauce right on top. Now I'm gonna put my cheese on top. And we like plenty of the cheese and plenty of the onions, but you can leave them out. And that's good. Now some of the onions on top. And that's just perfect. Now I'm gonna cover it up with some aluminum foil. I've got my oven preheated to 375. I'm gonna put it right in the center for about 20 minutes. Then I will remove the aluminum foil and I'll leave them in there another 10. So I'll see you in a little bit. So my enchiladas are ready. Check this out. Now it's time to serve. Oh, look at that. I've got some Mexican rice. Traditionally, we serve it with rice, but you can serve it with anything you like. And here are some of my refried beans. Look at that. I've got some pico de gallo, because we love the pico de gallo. This is just too good. It's time for the taste test. Mmm. 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 Amazing. Mmm. These beef enchiladas are absolutely delicious. I know you're gonna love this recipe. So if you like my video, give me a thumbs up, send me a comment and tell me what you think. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Thank you.